will rise into the creation-driven life of their dreams. With that growing source of happiness inside, and that's what's going to happen. You're going to find happiness inside. You won't have to go outside of yourself looking for that happiness. So with that growing source of happiness inside, filling them and overflowing into their romantic relationships, they will forever feel the power of love. The sixth campaign vision, educating geniuses. Our children and grandchildren will become smarter than today's smartest people. In tomorrow's 12 Visions world, education, children will be taught how to integrate knowledge to build success and lead themselves. They will see through illusions and will no longer need or want to be led by authorities. The need for a ruling class and its regulations will become repulsive to the graduating self-leaders of tomorrow. Our children will grow up to live a creation-driven life, the happy and prosperous life they were meant to live. The old structure of education cannot compete against the new mentality and yields to the coming schools of geniuses. And finally, the seventh campaign vision, eradicating crime and terrorism. The fear of terrorism will rapidly decline, and crime will nearly cease. The 12 Visions Party will concentrate every action and every dollar towards one purpose: protect the people from initiatory force. I'm going to say that again. The 12 Visions Party will concentrate every action and every dollar towards one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to protect the people from initiatory force. And that's written about with the prime law. So, Steve, those are the 7 campaign visions.
Thank you, Larry. Very powerful. I mean, as we all understand the prime law, that is our objective. We are to abolish initiatory force. We are working there to empower ourselves as individuals. We are all individuals. We all have the right to be leaders and to move forward in this world. It is time for us to stop being the followers and be our own self-leaders. And that's what the 12 Visions Party is going to offer, this opportunity through the prime law. And what Larry has just addressed through each one of the steps are all the processes we can use to move forward and have this leadership mentality. Now, it's very interesting. The one common denominator, which I keep hearing as Larry is reading, is, again, we all have it within ourselves. And that's something we all have to start becoming aware of. We have the understanding. We have the knowledge, information. We just got to start becoming aware and start to become even more knowledgeable. We have the basics. All of us do. As human beings, we just have to start to cultivate it. And it's time not to be told, but to tell what needs to be done. And that's what we're trying to do, is to make everyone alert and to be everybody be aware that each one of us has a major opportunity from within our own skills and our own expertise. We just need to get it out there and start developing and working together. And that's going to really help bring us all forward. So, Michael, I didn't know if you had any comments before we get into more details, but I just really, my observations by listening, I just saw that as a common denominator I wanted to share. Any input on your end?
Yeah, well, it's just like you and Larry both said. It's all about the individual. The individuals have to get this mentality in their heads so they can see these visions and live these visions. And as soon as they do that, they will have these visions that we're talking about. It really starts with the individual. First, you got to believe in them, and then you got to really put your focus on it and change yourself.
And that's a very good point, Michael. Focus.
Yeah, focus, and your world will change. Yeah.
Yes. It's a very good word. It's a powerful word. And we all do have it within us. Larry, I really want to comment to you because I call these tools. Once we start becoming aware that we can make differences in our lives, all of us have the opportunity. We don't have to wait and be told. We can move forward. And what is here are tools that we can use and understand as we start to develop and grow. So I really like what you brought to our attention, and then we're going to discuss further. But again, before we get into a specific detailed conversation, is there any comments from an overview point of view you'd like to comment about?
Yes, Steve. I just wanted to point out, these are the results of what will happen when a 12 Visions Party president is elected, and basically he puts forth a protection-only budget and basically brings out the prime law of protection as an amendment to the Constitution. Now, all these visions start with basically the geniuses of society, and I've talked about them before briefly. Those individuals are out there that when the president starts running during the election season, they're going to see the vision. They're going to see the potential of what's possible when the 12 Visions Party president gets elected. And they're going to start, even before the election is over, they're going to start beforehand, start working on their services, their values, getting them ready to go when he's elected, because they know they have the vision. So there's those out there that have the visions. For us that maybe we don't have the visions, as these visions come step by step, and that's one thing, they're not all going to come immediately, so we're overwhelmed. Each is going to come step by step, and it starts with the geniuses. An important part for those that maybe don't see the vision, they're going to start noticing it at their job. And we talked about this, and we're going to go into a little bit more detail about that with your job. That's when you're going to start learning what it is to be having an exhilarating and entrepreneurial-like job. And we've talked about lifting the burden of society off people. This is where that's going to start. And it's a step-by-step process. So it's not going to, he's elected, 2 days later, we're going to experience all these visions. It's going to be a process. We're going to slowly see our buying power increase. Then we're going to have the experience at our job. That's going to translate into our marriages and love. And it goes down and down and down. Everything just gets better and better and builds on itself. So it's just important, to realize, yes, there are some that have the vision out there, and maybe there's some that don't. But don't be afraid. You will not be left behind. In fact, we won't let that happen to you.
That's right. I'm glad you brought that up, because everybody, we all realize we want to move together. We want to move ahead, all of us. We're not looking here to put anybody down or put anybody to the side. It's about all of us moving forward, because we all know we have within us the power to do this, and we want everybody to explore and move forward and have the opportunities universally. And that's what our objective is. And with the right president, which will be the 12 Visions Party president, you will have this opportunity to move forward from this. These are tools that you want to be aware of. But again, as Larry said, these are also the results. But now that you know about these opportunities, you can then start to think wisely about how can you get to those goals? How can you develop yourself? How can we as a nation, as a global entity, make this happen? And obviously the 12 Visions Party is giving you these options and opportunities. So right now we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get back and get into the nitty-gritty. Last week we had an opportunity to discuss the garage entrepreneurs and the universal wealth. This week we're going to get into universal health and really talk about the geniuses that are going to be unleashed. So hold tight. We will be right back.
NTR.
Neothink Radio Network. If you're like me and you don't like to swallow those big vitamin pills, how about a spray? It's called an intraoral spray. There are 3 sprays to tell you about: anti-aging, which is my favorite, a multivitamin spray, and a vitality spray. I found out that some vitamins I was taking, my body only absorbed 10%. With the spray, it's 98%. And I don't have to worry about swallowing those big vitamin pills. I want you to head over to learn more about my friend Tom Sylvia's products. Go to neothinkradio.com and click on the banner of the woman that says "Turn on your anti-aging gene." When you do, you'll go to a video that tells you how to learn more. That's neothinkradio.com and click on the banner of the woman that says "Turn on your anti-aging gene."
We Care About TVP.com is a community of trusted businesses and advertising partners that have come together to join in the support for the 12 Visions Party. When you do business with these fine businesses, a portion of the proceeds go directly to the 12 Visions Party. We Care About TVP.com prides itself on building the economy through win-win partnerships. We Care About TVP.com offers business services such as Convey Media Group, financial services like Innovative Advisors and Nashville Corridor Investment Club. Also, health and wellness services with Corey Health, and more are joining every day. If you are a business owner that supports real change in America,